Hello my friends. Today I will talk about something that has been on my mind for a while, but haven't really put it down in words because I am so disappointed on how the world works. So how does it work? This is a question I can't really answer. I don't think anybody can. But what I can do is I can observe some of those and I can tell you the part of it that I see. A few people on this planet have earned their riches through scamming others. And no, those people are not looked at as low-life cheating scum, but respected as philanthropists and looked upon for advice. These scammers, I suspect they are conspiring together in the shadows to achieve what many call a new world order. This new world order implies a political system, an economic system, a social system, etc. Now to achieve this, the scammers are using all kinds of tactics, because you have to rewire the brains of people to achieve such a thing. On one side, they prepare the full surveillance system and cashless society, and on the other side, they fund social justice groups while deplatforming anything that doesn't fall in line with their agenda. Now, this virus is kind of the perfect thing to use if you want to increase surveillance and push towards a cashless society. I mean, we play their games that show us how it's gonna go down. One of these games just happens to be called The Division. So along with this pandemic, we also have a cultural division, sparked through the well-funded social justice organizations. Now, innocent, honest people will easily fall into their rhetoric because they have stolen catchy slogans that you can't really argue against. These movements wrongly represent who they claim to fight for, whether that being equality or black lives. In fact, I have just had a discussion with an African American friend who is a viewer of this channel, and he doesn't agree with anything those people preach. He doesn't like the victim mentality that is placed upon them, he doesn't like the political agendas being spread, and he thinks that all this white guilt and virtue signaling is lame as fuck. Worst thing is that sometimes you've got arrogant white people telling black people what to ask for and what to think politically. What political agendas, you may ask? Well, you don't know that if you want to be part of these protests, you have to be left-leaning on your political compass, to the point where it breaks the compass. You have to be progressive and also shout from the top of your lungs about how LGBTs are also oppressed only by white men, and how the world in general is filled with white misogynistic, racist, homophobic pigs. So, if you are legitimately pissed about how a black man died as a result of a badly trained police, you can't really do that by itself. You can't just be for a police reform or have an issue with the government. This is not the protest for you guys. This is the protest where you ask for more government control. I don't know how that makes sense, but a lot of these people make their mission to fight for a brave new world or George Orwell 1984 system. I mean, they already started to remove statues. What's next? Burning off history books? All pre-2020 books are racist, guys. Let's remove them all.
I hear you're a racist now, father. What? How did you get interested in that type of thing?
This is like a worse version of ISIS, if you ask me.
This morning, ISIS claims to have destroyed priceless pieces of history. A video posted yesterday shows people taking power tools and sledgehammers to irreplaceable statues and artifacts in Iraq.
And if Chaz, the autonomous region declared by the protesters, is the blueprint for how they want their new system to look like, we might as well start digging and go live in the hollow earth. Meet Chaz, the place where you have warlord superheroes as police, the place where you too can become police even if you have no firearm experience. Raz will just hand you out a weapon and that's it.
Hell no, Raz. Hey, keep that down.
Chaz, the place for socialist-ran agricultural projects.
And stand there looking out across the fields. And the way he walked through the wheat and felt it, it gave you the feeling he was personally concerned with every stalk. And in a way, he was. He'd planted it. He'd helped it grow. He'd fought off whatever had tried to hurt it. And now there it stood, almost ready.
Chaz, the place where when Raz is not around, the entire place becomes a fight club, because these people can't even get along amongst themselves. Chaz, where looting happens more often than in World of Warcraft.
I just had my keys broken, stolen, got jumped, had my phone stolen, and these fucks let it all happen! Fucking what the fuck?
Oh wait, aren't these the guys who were making fun of the rednecks protesting against the lockdown a while ago? Well, at least those guys know how to operate a farm. And in the meantime, everyone forgot about the virus for this protest. Amazing! Alright, enough about this stuff. However, we have more stuff from the world of social media, where I facepalm so much, my head hurts. Unfortunately, a lot of people fell for this trap. People of all creeds, my friends, people from my music scene, everyone. People demanding you support BLM, and if you don't, if you stay silent about this, then you are a racist. People demanding you change your nickname or profile picture, Discord donating to BLM and saying if you disagree, you are not welcome on their platform. Well, that's fine. I already got banned from there anyway, and I don't even know why. Something to do with harassment and instigating to violence. And I don't recall of ever doing that. But these people have different definitions to words, I think. But you see, that's exactly what's happening. These people who claim to be about peace, acceptance, equality, etc. They are the first ones to instigate violence against those who have a different point of view. Because they only view one side. It's one side or you're a Nazi and need to be extricated with force. No freedom for hate speech, and they decide what hate speech is. Sounds like a great system. Sounds more like something an authoritarian shadow elite force would be about. Except when they are finally done with the system, their pawns would probably be the first ones to be disbanded.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Social Justice Warrior. You have done well. But now we have other things to do, things that don't involve you. Now that no one can express anything anywhere, we can truly begin our plan.
All these organizations are pawns, and the lamest of all is of course Antifa, who claims to be anti-fascist, but their favorite sport on the street is being a fascist.
In poverty that's around here chilling and smoking weed and being happy and smiling, they're different from these motherfuckers around here that's organized. It's two different groups of white boys here, man, and now I understand it. And that's them being militant right here, for they can let their hood know, their gang know. Now I understand who they are. That's why they're so militant. That's why these motherfuckers right here are on point. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, no, that white boy who's setting all this shit up like military, he with that Antifa shit. Now I know.
So even though all this is funny to look at, I am actually extremely disappointed. I thought people were smarter. I mean, these people with their movements and catchy slogans actually gather support. They are preying on innocent people who don't know who they are actually about to give money to. But they will do it, and they are the first ones to chant their slogans proudly on the internet and to attack anyone who doesn't. I come from Romania, a post-communist state, and sure, when we were communists we weren't allowed to talk against the party, and you always had this feeling of insecurity because one of your friends at any second could snitch on you for manifesting anti-party feelings, and as a consequence you could get arrested and put in a working camp. But I feel this new version of communism will be much worse. We're already at the point where saying something on social media can get you fired, and these people don't even run the world yet. Think what will happen when they do. And this time the topics that you can talk about will be shortened way more. A brave new world is coming. So keep this in mind next time you are being attacked for not saying anything on the subject, and keep in mind that for now there are more of us than there are of them. We're just not saying anything because these people will jump on us like hawks. They're like a horde in World War Z, or orcs from Lord of the Rings. Not saying anything on our part could have consequences though. If only their side is seen on the internet, it might lead slowly to a brainwash in the direction of the coming generation. And our own kids might end up snitching on us, like in the movie Equilibrium.
There is a disease in the heart of man. Its symptom is hate. Its symptom is anger. Its symptom is rage. Its symptom is war. The disease is human emotion. But Libria, I congratulate you, for there is a cure for this disease. At the cost of the dizzying highs of human emotion, we have suppressed its abysmal lows. And you, as a society, have embraced this cure. Prosium. Now we are at peace with ourselves, and humankind is one. War is gone. Hate, a memory. We are our own conscience now. And it is this conscience that guides us to rate EC10 for emotional content. All those things that might tempt us to feel again. And destroy them.
Librians, you have won. Against all odds and your own natures. You have survived.
So I don't really know what to recommend. In fact, I am stuck. I don't want to ruin your lives by telling you to express yourselves, but I also don't want only them to be seen. Perhaps if you can build some alternative anonymous accounts and express with those, but then people will think you are a bot and accuse you of being fake. I don't really know what to say, and that's why I'm just disappointed. I wish people could see through the scam. We're being engineered on all levels, and at the same time, think about it. This cultural chaos, but also the lockdowns, the incoming mandatory vaccines, the cashless society, the economical crisis, all topics worth discussing. People losing jobs left and right. I live from tourism and now there's barely any tourists. The economy is dying, and guess what? We're gonna blame it on capitalism. Because look how amazing China resolved the virus situation with their centralized system, right? Of course, China is known for being an amazing place, where their government has brought a tradition of virtue and truth, right? Surely they must be reporting the right numbers. Oh no, I've said it. The numbers. A lot of this shit is fake anyway. In my country, politicians have been exposed ordering deaths to appear out of nowhere in certain cities, just so they can get more funding from the West. More funding for their private parties and mansion building, that is. I'm not saying all of it is fake, but a lot of it is. It's not really about your safety, it's about a locking you up experiment in the destruction of the economy, so they can bring more measures in to usher in their new world order Chi-Com system. So think about it, my friends. Think about it more than twice when you view something being reported on the media, because the scammers control those too. I mean, it's all common knowledge by now, for us who seek the truth. In fact, I'm even bored of saying it, but I have to. A ripple in the puddle is still a ripple. So if you can, create more ripples out there. It's important if we still want to have a future. I kind of feel the West is lost though, and then the wave will come at us in Eastern Europe, but I'm not losing hope. So keep fighting, guys. My message to you is to try and spread information, spread the truth, expose the evil, even though the pathways of communication are blocked. Keep forcing the dam until it's broken. The fact that they block us so hard means we are actually winning. This is the point, guys. Let's do it, because I really don't want furries to tell me what to do. This is a battle on the internet, but also in real life. So please also try to change your life, become strong, work out, eat healthy, learn to do things with your hands. These people want to plug us into the matrix and forget about real life, so let's also fight against that and become masters of our real life and not be a bunch of weak soy boys, because that's the thing they want you to be, weak in the body, in the mind, and in spirit. So let's take it step by step, you know what I'm saying? Get right with God too, because these people want to erase him out of the picture. At least that can be a first reason, to be countercultural. But the next step you will realize that the spiritual world is more important than everything else. So try and get that spiritual muscle working again. And you will feel it when you get your mind, body and spirit connected. You'll be full of energy and unstoppable. Okay, this has been my message for this video. I want real peace, real love, real everything. Not this fake upside down crap that people are preaching all over the place with their lamer movements. So be real out there, people. And as always, thanks for watching. This is Vostok Vlad, signing out.